Hey, Solution Wolf, this is Scott here. Hey, and today we are going to talk about, is college a scam? Dun dun dun! Where's my button? They go dun dun dun. I don't even know. Dun dun. Okay, all right. Um, is it? I don't know. But before we get crazy, let's just say this: the college system, the university system, is beginning to become obsolete. Now, there is lawyers and doctors and some engineers, and there's a need for science labs and different things like that. Don't get me wrong. So we can't just do away with all of it. But let me tell you, I think we can do away with 80 to 90% of it. Um, that is about the percentage of people that do not get a job in their related field in their related field of study. Okay, that might be a little bit high, but look, a lot of kids go to college and then they get out and they have to get a job somewhere, and that's what they do. But see, this is the whole thing. What I just say, they have to get a job somewhere. The reason they have to get a job is because they've not been trained how to create their own income, create their own wealth, become their own person so that they can succeed and have enough economic stability to not have to go out and find a job. See, what they're trained to find a job. And this is back to the basics of a lot of what I have been saying, is that people have, for the last, almost the last century now, been trained to go out and get a job. It's kind of funny. Before that, no one was ever trained to go out and get a job. They were trained to be farmers or sustain themselves or whatever they were to do. And it wasn't part of the process to learn how to go find a job. Now, here, especially in the last 50 to 60 years, the idea has been, hey, get a good job, go to school, go to a higher school like college, and then get a good paying job. But the fact of the matter is, it's not true any longer. The reason for it is the technological boom that we've had over the last, especially the last decade. And in 2020, the pandemic has shown that we simply do not need universities. A lot of everything can be taken online. All sorts of courses can be taken online, all the bias. And so why is it so important? Why is there such a stigma still attached to it? Well, for one, it's the third largest economic structure that we have in the United States. Now, I'm not sure what that means, because you can calculate third largest of whatever your statistical you want to maneuver it by. But let's face it, it makes a lot of money, and I've heard ranges from $860 million a year to $1.2 trillion. uh, that is a lot of money. So the bottom line is, the college university structure is a lot of money, and the amount of money that young minds full of mush have to go pay is unbelievable. It's not uncommon now to see them walk away from the university with a student loan of 100 grand or 150 grand. I mean, just almost not too long ago, the price of a house, a small house. But so they're starting out life with this huge, giant size loan that it's going to take them forever to pay off. And that is not what we talk about when we talk about creating wealth. That is a liability unlike anything we've ever experienced. And I used to not try to dissuade young people from going to college. I used to just not agree with it. I used to just try and keep silent and let people make up their own minds. But now I am going to be an opposed critic of the college system, of young kids going to college. But you see, the thing of it is, they want to get them right out of college, because right out of high school, I mean, because they know that if they have a year or two to think about it, most of them will never go to college. They'll just get an online course to the field that they like to go into, and if they choose to get a job, then they'll do it that way. But I would like to see them, that young kids, learn their wealth creation and what it takes to be wealthy, and decide what they want to do from there. You know, they don't want to pursue those traits, at least they will have the knowledge. They don't teach how to make money in school. They don't teach how to be an entrepreneur. They don't teach any of it. But you know what? The technology is here, and now people can learn how to make money online. They can learn how to make money in a business. They can learn all sorts of things, and the access is right there to them. And they can have an online mentor. It doesn't have to be somebody that they can, needs to be in the same town, city, or even the same country, that can navigate them through the waters of success. Heck, my mentor right now, my coach, lives, about, I don't know, a couple thousand miles away from me. I'm in the Pacific Northwest. He's out in Wisconsin, and we meet through, Skype or Zoom. I mean, there's all sorts of technological things that we can do, and we're now taking them to the advantage and learning how to do these things. So, my point of all this is the maturing scale. Talking to Jeffrey K, I love to talk to him. The maturing scale, once it gets to this point where, in the beginning, he has a maturing scale where it talks about infants, and then the need to identify, and the different things like that. But when they get to this other stage of, usually for most young people, it's between the ages of 17 to 20. And it's that point in time where, and I can't remember the name that he has for it, but what they become is, they become people that think they know everything. The kind of the know-it-all crowd. They have learned, they know everything, they know all the street smarts. The only thing they don't know is that great thing that college can take them, can the great thing that college can teach them, which is really next to nothing. The things that they learn are going to be through whatever occupation, if that's how they choose to do it, that they learn. But more and more of them will tend to operate outside the limits of the stigma. And the stigma has always been, go to college, and now if you weren't a college grad, you were somehow kind of not really, in the upper class. You were probably looked down upon. But let's think about it. Bill Gates didn't finish college. Mark Zuckerberg didn't finish college. These guys aren't college grads, yet they are the wealthy people of the world. A lot of people have, what happens is, they get in college, they go through a couple of years, and they go, you know what? They're really not teaching me much of anything, so I'm going to opt out of this and get into something a little bit more lucrative, or a little bit better. So, as we continue this series on the life of thought and the different ideas that go about, we're going to talk a little bit more about wealth creation. And as I continue to do some more of these videos, if you like what you're hearing, something, subscribe in the button down there below. And there is, if you are interested in some of the ways and some of the courses, some of the people that are training, I know personally from a great person that I've been working with named Jeff Lerner. The company of Entre Institute has one of the greatest foundations of learning, wealth management, the art of making wealth, and not just wealth and money, but your personal well-being, your physical well-being, the whole 9 yards. Because what good is a lot of money if you're not healthy, or you there's just other things, there's no one to share it with. So again, there's a lot more to wealth than just money. However, it's always nice to have money too. So there'll be a link provided down there below. Again, I hope you liked what you hear. Hope that you subscribe, and I hope that you listen to me on the next one, where we talk about a little bit about what it's like to go out there and meet people. Ooh. All right. Talk to you later.